Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back your lovely faces to a brand new video here on the channel. As a child growing up, and to be honest with you, into my teens and early 20s, I absolutely loved wrestling. I was obsessed with it. I used to love it, not with obviously Hulk Hogan was later, but for me, like Stone Cold Steve Austin, or The Rock and all these ones now who are just mega stars in movies and stuff, John Cena and all of these. And it's interesting to see how, even though this company continues to thrive and make millions and millions and millions of dollars a year, but the backstage culture is still abysmal. Always has been. Well, before the internet, there was something called the dirt sheets where people would get tips or whatever, and you had to subscribe to an actual letter and all these other stuff, and it was phone lines and everything. But now with the internet and how many people come out and they just literally just drop dirt everywhere. What we are going to look at today is that the Wall Street Journal, of all places, they ran an exclusive the other day. As you can see by here, WWE board probes secret $3 million hush pact by CEO Vince McMahon, source has said. The company says that the relationship was consensual and is cooperating with the inquiry. Now, Vince McMahon is currently 76. So obviously, a couple of years ago, which I believe was 2 to 3 years ago, he was, in his early 70s then. And he had a relationship, an affair with a paralegal. So the Wall Street Journal is obviously you have to subscribe and do all this stuff. I don't want to do that. So I have chosen No DQ, which is a wrestling website which they get all the tweets, the backstage info, like all these other ones. So we're going to be taking a look at this. So this is what they put out there on June the 15th, a couple of days ago. Vince McMahon allegedly paid $3 million settlements in regards to an affair with a departing employee. According to the article on Wall Street Journal, board members are investigating a secret $3 million settlement that longtime chief executive Vince McMahon agreed to pay to a departing employee, with whom he allegedly had an affair, according to documents and people familiar with the inquiry. The former employee was said to have been hired as a paralegal in 2019, and January 2022 separation agreement bars her from discussing the relationship with Mr. McMahon or disparaging him. According to the article, the board's investigation reportedly began in April and has expanded into other non-disclosure agreements that involve misconduct claims made by other former female employees about McMahon and WWE's head of talent relations, John Laurinaitis. The board members reportedly found out about the $3 million agreement through a series of anonymous emails from a person who said that the former employee was their friend. Now, this is the excerpt from the Wall Street Journal. The first email sent to board members on March 30th alleged that Mr. McMahon, 76, initially hired the woman at a salary of $100,000, but increased it to $200,000 after being in a relationship with her. The email to the board also alleged that Mr. McMahon gave her like a toy to Mr. Laurinaitis. The board is investigating the allegations in the email, the people familiar with the inquiry said. So with that there, straight away, which board member leaked it? That's what I want to know. An email to the board stated, "My friend was so scared, so she quit after Vince McMahon and lawyer Jerry McDevitt paid her millions of dollars to shut up." Spokesperson for WWE stated to the Wall Street Journal that they are taking the allegations seriously and are cooperating fully with the board inquiry. The relationship between McMahon and the employee was also said to have been consensual. So that's what we got by there, and that's the tweet that the Wall Street Journal put out. Well, there's more. There's a lot more. As you can see, we got a couple of tabs open. So, previously noted, report on the Wall Street Journal that board members are investigating the $3 million. According to Fightful Select, WWE staff was made aware of the Wall Street Journal article and an internal email was issued. There was also said to have been immediate speculation that a person within the company intentionally leaked the information. This is what Fightful Select have had to say. Sources that we've spoken to indicate that the relationship between Vince and the paralegal was suspected by many in the company. I wonder if his wife knew. And indicated that she was giving a substantial promotion around the time are the April 2021 WWE cuts. We're told specifically she was promoted from John Laurinaitis' assistant to a director role that spring. A former office employee commented on the situation that the person believes there will be a domino effect, with McMahon fighting to keep his position with WWE, but doesn't see a scenario where John Laurinaitis doesn't resign from the company. Now, this is David Scherer of PW Insider. He's written, "This is huge. If the woman in question saw the alleged pay bump after the alleged relationship with Vince began, that means company funds may have been used as a reward for a relationship. That is nightmare for him, and the SEC will surely be interested in seeing if it happened. I think if it came from his personal funds, it's a lot better than if it came from WWE funds, 100%. If it came from his own, it's like, yeah, okay, it's his own money, yeah, whatever. He didn't take any of the company's money, even though he did, if that makes any sense. If it comes from WWE funds against the SEC will be looking into this, but either way, it's not good, especially since most of his wealth and income is tied to WWE. And of course, there's more. Vince McMahon has temporarily stepped down as chairman and CEO of WWE. Obviously, with him stepping down, it is kind of huge. When the CEO and the chairman have stepped down of the company that he made into this multi-billion-dollar global enterprise. And if he did use company funds, $3 million, even when he's supposedly a billionaire as well, it's like, dude, come on. Why would you use that? But it does go on to say this is from WWE themselves. Stamford, Connecticut, WWE and its board of directors jointly released the following statement. Independent directors continue review of alleged executive misconduct. Stephanie McMahon named interim CEO and interim chairwoman. That's a very interesting situation that his daughter has taken over as chairwoman and CEO at this moment in time. That's because about 2 to 3 weeks ago, she actually handed in her forms and her papers that she was going to take an extended leave of absence. With her taking an extended leave of absence, then all of a sudden, this is happening and she has to come back. To me, I really do think that her going and coming back with this was all planned. I really do. Because, again, why would she say, I'm leaving, I want to spend time with my family, I want to do this, I want to do that. Then all of a sudden, oh, I'm going to be the CEO. That's crazy. But it does go on to state more. So obviously, Stamford, Connecticut more. WWE and the board of directors today announced that a special committee of the board is conducting the investigation into alleged misconduct by its chairman and CEO Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis, head of talent relations, and that effective immediately, McMahon has voluntarily stepped down from his responsibilities as CEO and chairman of the board until the conclusion of the investigation. McMahon will retain his role and responsibilities related to WWE's creative content during this period and remains committed to cooperating with the review underway. It's his company. Nothing's going to happen to him. You know, nothing is anything. The special committee have appointed Stephanie McMahon to serve as interim CEO and chairwoman. I have pledged my complete cooperation to the investigation by the special committee, and I will do everything possible to support the investigation. I have also pledged to accept the findings and outcome of the investigation, whatever they are. Yeah, he's not going anywhere. I love this company and I'm committed to working with the independent directors to strengthen our culture and our company. It is extremely important to me that we have a safe and collaborative workplace. I have committed to doing everything in my power to help the special committee complete this work, including marshalling the cooperation of the entire company to assist in the completion of the investigation and to implement its findings. So that's what Stephanie McMahon has said. But then WWE and its board of directors take all allegations of misconduct very seriously. The independent directors of the board engaged independent legal counsel to assist them with an independent review. In addition, the special committee and WWE will work with an independent third party to conduct a comprehensive review of the company's compliance program, HR function, and overall culture. The company and the board do not expect to have further comments until the investigation is concluded. Yeah, to be honest, with all of that, nothing's going to happen. It's all going to be exactly the same. It's going to carry on, and nothing is going to, change for Vince anyway. Vince McMahon is staying there. He's still got his billions. He's not going. The way he's going to be gone is if he dies in the ring. That's exactly what happens. But John Laurinaitis, the other guy involved, he's gone. 100%. Especially with the people saying, yeah, when Vince was done, he just passed it to Laurinaitis. Ooh. That is, But we'll just have to see what happens. I will be keeping people up to date on this story because it is a very fascinating one as well, especially when it involves the CEO of the company. Because if nothing happens to him, this whole thing is just rubbish, It was consensual. I think that's one of the big things at this moment in time is that nothing happened that way. This is all about $3 million, and if Vince paid it to her via company funds or his own bank account. That's all. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell for future updates, and I'll see each and every one of you soon.